BlackRock is scheduled to add more than $20 trillion to the XRP ledger by April 30th, and they have recently confirmed $137.80. This is enormous. Together with their partners JP Morgan and Swift, BlackRock, the largest asset manager in the world, is spearheading the effort as more than $20 trillion gets ready to enter the XRP ledger, with the introduction of the so-called ISO 222 standard messaging system, which is supported by central banks worldwide, to use XRP and the XRP ledger. The new president of the United States is implementing significant reforms to the global financial system, including the official use of XRP for cross-border payments by BlackRock. Indeed, BlackRock has already declared that it will purchase over $9 trillion worth of XRP by 2025, and JP Morgan is anticipated to purchase over $8 billion worth of XRP ETFs by the same year. Not to mention that BlackRock and JP Morgan have reached an agreement to pay and settle more than $1.2 quadrillion on the XFP ledger across international borders. And all of this is happening in front of our very eyes and will happen over the course of the next few weeks. These enormous payment giants' official debut of their enormous platforms and their enormous facilitation of over $1.2 quadrillion on the XFP ledger. We have a lot to talk about before we dive into this video, but we also need to let everyone know that we're giving away everything they're watching. Everybody watching this video is assured of this. Up to $100 in free funds to purchase additional XRP. This is a fantastic opportunity. Our cooperation with Uphold is only available for a short period of time. During the next 14 days, you can actually set up an Uphold using the link in the description, complete a transaction, and receive up to $100 which you may use to purchase XRP. It takes less than 5 minutes, and you'll receive a generous referral incentive worth up to $100. You'll also gain entry to a huge XRP contest. Therefore, if you want to earn some free money, the value of XRP is increasing daily and is expected to reach an all-time high of over $10,000. However, since XRP is increasing, you should always set aside at least 5 minutes to obtain that free XRP. It's essentially free money. Let's dive straight into the video after that. Thus, as it keeps rising on the XRP ledger, the price of XRP is now $2.06. Naturally, BIN Exchange allows us to view the values in real time, but as of right now, Bitcoin is trading at 84.6 XRP 2.059, and it appears that it will only continue to rise. According to Blackrock, they intend to apply for an XRP ETF or XRP spot ETF shortly. An extremely positive indication is that they have already said that they are prepared to submit the ETF. Not to mention that 2 official publications and video documentations demonstrate that Blackrock is pouring more than $27 trillion into XRP, and that by the end of 2024 more than $50 trillion will have been moved onto the XRP ledger. Months, not 2024, but we did receive the Arcaxia statement stating that the $50 trillion facilitated onto the XRP ledger will be postponed until the end of 2025, which is again quite significant. But since it's so important to realize that XRP and the XRP ledger will get tens of trillions of dollars, I want to stop right here and show you guys these 2 clips. Just calculating, we're talking about 50 trillion, 27 trillion. By the end of 2025, BlackRock, JP Morgan, and Arcax are expected to guarantee around $77 trillion. Naturally, they also attest to these. Consider the additional revenue generated by American Express, Amazon, and numerous other businesses and organizations who use XFP ledger. Keep in mind that aside from the $70 trillion we're discussing, there are other nations, central banks, and digital currencies that are being developed in the XFP ledger. Furthermore, just think of how much more advanced things will be once central banks and all of these CWDCs integrate to enable payments. I want to play the video for you everyone, so pay close attention, such as, alright, 3 or 4 months ago. Right there is the man who owns that business. This is huge, it's expanding rapidly, and another financial investment firm is doing comparable work. Look at the parties involved. There is Ondo and BlackRock. Axelar is involved with Ondo. Axelar is connected to Ripple. They're all cooperating, I see. Here's the thing though. I'm going to show you a brand new cryptocurrency investment in this post that you may purchase. 6 p.m. Pacific time on YouTube. My name is Crypto Hulk. And when it comes to replacing cash, when I see DTCC, Euroclear and Clearstream, you know it only takes one of them to switch to natively digital, which means trillions of assets on its own. We've also seen people interested in money market funds, tokenized treasuries and those kinds of instruments, and the support for stable coins. I believe we could see tens of trillions, and considering that it is just 1.4 quadrillion, this is still a very small portion of a market that is between 30 and 50 trillion. I'll exchange you on our checks, so hold on. XRP, $50 trillion, here we go. The session will be replayed on Ripple Twitter in 2 years. Between 30 and 50 trillion. This is what you have heard, what has been verified, and we are aware that it will result in a significant supply shock that will drive the price of XRP into the hundreds, thousands, and possibly even tens of thousands of dollars as we continue to expand. However, we are witnessing a global shift of wealth towards the XRP ledger, primarily through Ripple Labs and its US-based link. For instance, the Federal Reserve and Ripple Labs are going to collaborate on cross-border payments. Newer sources on X/Twitter have corroborated this once more, stating that XRP will be the primary method of cross-border payments between the US and any other nation. Naturally, there are a lot of things going on in the world, and this is only one of them. For instance, there are rumors that XRP will be integrated into the FedNAP payment system, which is the Federal Reserve's current payment system, for internal payments as well. In this case, we are discussing international payments, and how XRP is being utilized to make these possible. I now want to quickly review the XRP ledger, paying particular attention to Bankxchange, the top exchange on the ledger. In addition to providing real-time prices, Bankxchange offers a wealth of additional information and lets users download their app to view real-time prices on both the ERC20 and Solana XRP ledger sides. Therefore, live data-do trades transactions are instantaneous, fast and nearly fee-free if you want to see real-time prices. In actuality, exchange fees for XRP linear transactions are 0%. On Bankxchange you can accomplish this immediately. Recently declared the BXE token's debut, which is the Bankxchange house's native token. Naturally, this is huge, since it will provide Bankxchange users access to significant benefits. In addition to being the best XRP linear exchange, Bankxchange is also the best multi-chain exchange since it bridges the gap between Solana and ERC20, which it already possesses. You may purchase XRP and any XRP tokens with a card. You can invest in their native token, the BX native token, at extremely low prices by doing so right now. It's already up 7%, and once more you may obtain it directly from fiat. You can also exchange your XRP or any other token, including RLUSD, for BXC. Once again, it's quite simple. All you need to do is click on RLUSD to proceed with paying with the Rebuild Lab stablecoin. Guys, this is a huge potential. I mean, this is the first time we've seen something like this, and you never know how big it may get. For example, the crypto, Data token, or CRO token, actually soared hundreds of thousands of percentage points. Just now, the BXC token became live. It appears that something akin to that will occur. I've included all the links below, so please make sure to always conduct your own study and learn about non-financialized and non-financialized. And when we discuss these enormous organizations and XRP, the real cost of XRP keeps changing right before our own eyes. That is to say, there must be some evidence to support the reports that